07, turn right, heading 185, reduce speed 180 knots.
185 on the heading, 180 on the Takeoff Air 007.
Speedbird 124, reduce speed 160 knots to 40 me.
Reduce 160 to 40, speed 124.
Hello there guys, Matt here, hope you're all well and welcome back to another P3D video. Back in the UK today at Gatwick, Echo Golf Kilo Kilo, for those of you that are unaware, in the Thompson NG, the 800 winglets, Golf Tango Alpha Whiskey Lima. It's night time, which is unusual for my videos. I don't really do videos in night time because people complain. However, I just invested in some new night lighting for the UK, and I wanted to check it out and see how it works alongside Orbex's England. So I don't actually know if you can see it from where we are. Maybe if I raise the camera view a bit, you can probably see it just over there in the distance. It's the Tabaret, I think it's pronounced, or Tabaret night lighting for FSX and P3D, and it just goes straight in over the top of all of your default scenery or add-on scenery if you use Orbex or something like that. So I got the UK version. I also got the France version, the France version, and I also got the Spain version because one of my most popular requested videos is this. This is Gatwick to Ibiza, Thompson 7 Tango Lima. Normally it's flown in the 757, but as we all know, 757s to the same sort of quality as the NG are very hard to come by in FSX and P3D, so I figured we'd just use the NG instead. We're on stand 101 at Gatwick, and everything is pretty much loaded up, just waiting for GSX to finish its ground services, etc, etc. We will be on VATSIM. I'm flying with a few people as well, so if you hear them in the background, then that is why. They'll be along in just a second. For our figures today, zero fuel weight 60 tons, taking 139 people, and fuel today is just under 8 tons, giving us a flight time of 1 hour and 51, taking enough fuel for just under 3 hours. Cruising up at 39,000 feet, so flight level 390, and yeah, relatively straightforward out of here, using the easterly runway, so departing from 08 right, which is just down there, then out through Seaford, which is just south of the UK, down through central France, and then over towards Barcelona, and then crossing towards Palma, and we'll start the descent just before Palma, and then it's looking for runway 24 apparently on the ground at Ibiza. Weather up here in Gatwick is not too bad. Wind is from the northeast at a measly 3 knots. There's some fog around, which isn't really too bad at the moment. You can kind of see it if you look in the distance there. When we get down to Ibiza, the weather's fantastic. Not, I lie. It's actually thundering. There's some storms. The wind is calm though, but the temperature is 18 degrees. And yeah, there's some towering cumulonimbus clouds even at 2,500 feet according to the TAF by the time we get there. So that may prove interesting. Anyway, that's about as much information as I can give you. So I'll wait for the others and then we shall get underway. Okay, so while we're waiting for the others, which apparently haven't connected yet, I'll do a bit of pre-flight for the journey down to Ibiza. At the moment, everything is in the kind of cold and dark state, apart from the fact I turned some external power on and stuff. So we'll just run through everything as normal. The battery's already on, and I wanted to do something in the ticket. Oh, that was it, yeah, align the IRS, of course. So the IRSs can go to nav, and we'll put the window heats on. Your damper can come on, and everything else can just stay as it is for now. We'll stick the logo light on as well, because it's dark outside. I did say we were cruising at 39,000 feet, or flight level 390. It's actually 370 initially, then once we get a little bit lighter, we'll climb up to 390. But 370 at the moment. So that's the IRSs on the way to being aligned. Radios, we want to be on VATSIM 122.8 Unicom, which is there, like so. Transponder code 2000, like so. Standby at the moment. We could test it, but it's going to fail because the IRSs aren't aligned. Apparently, or maybe does it? Can it fail with it? I don't know. I don't know if the IRSs are linked in with TCAS.
Test fail.
Yeah, there we go. It's just because nothing's alive. There we go. Cool. Okay, FMC. I'm pausing it. Gatwick, stand 101. And grab the... wrong button. Next page. GPS left. What does GSX want me to do? Close the doors on the right. Okay, we'll do that in a second. We have a company route today, courtesy of PFPX. This is Gatwick to LEIB, and it's route 1. So there's that. There's that even. Blasting off 8 right, and Thompson 7 Tango Lima. Excellent. Activate that. Departure via Seaford, so it's a Seaford. What was it? 4 Zulu is the RNAV. Apparently Gatwick are using RNAVs at the moment. I don't know when or why they changed their mind from non-RNAV stuff, but there you go. Per minute, zero fuel weight is 60 tons. We need 7.9 for the trip. And reserves today 2.4. Cost index, I'm just going to eyeball it at 40 because I can't remember what Thompson used. And we're cruising at 370 initially. The wind up at 370. 04055. And the transition altitude 6,000 feet. Also the temperature up there is minus 58, so we'll stick that in too. Okay, good old top cap figures for us today. 22k, climb 1, and we are selecting to 52 degrees. Climb 1 again. There we go. Takeoff configurations, flap 5. CG can go in as so. We'll get the speeds. 147 V2, we'll set that MCP. And I'll do the rest of that in just a sec. And of course, we can check that the thrust reduction acceleration altitude is all correct, which I think it is for Gatwick, so I'm just gonna assume that you can reduce at 1500 and then climb. Actually, acceleration should be 3000, so you reduce at 1500 and then accelerate at 3000. The surface wind here 120 at 4. We'll stick that in. You don't need to fill out all this information, but there you go. And then we can redo the speeds. There is 0 change. Enable 220 knots apparently on the way out, so we'll just ditch that restriction. Actually, no, we won't ditch that restriction. What we will do is... yeah, you know what, we will. We'll ditch it. We should be able to do 250 by that point. Yeah, that should be okay. We're good. If there was ATC on, then I might be a little bit, or I'll be a bit inclined not to do that. But there isn't, so it's fine. Anyway, leave that on the takeoff page so I can actually see what we're doing. 147 is set, the IRSs are aligned. We want to take data on this side. We want to also put the needles up. We want to take the weather eventually, but we don't want to melt people's brains that are standing in front of the aircraft, so we'll do that when we're off the stand. On this side we can do terrain. You see there's a bit of terrain out to the south, but nothing to worry about. Left hand MCD's, oh sorry, CDU. MCDU? That's an Airbus. Left hand FMC's done. Right one is also done because they link. And everything else is pretty much good to go. I'm going to give that a bit more brightness actually. I kind of have my cockpit in a sort of semi-lit configuration. It's not too bright, it's not too dark. I kind of like it. Looks pretty cool. Anyway, refueling's done, so seatbelt signs can come on. And we can pretty much fire the APU up. And I'll see where everyone else is. Okay, so GSX wants us to close some doors. We're pretty much ready to get going now. Just spoke to the guys that are flying with us, and they're also in the process of being ready. T-minus about between 3 and 5 minutes for us, so we'll get everything underway. Alright, so the runway heading up here 079, and I turned the flight directors on, by the way, for those of you that are eagle-eyed. Initial climb, well, here's the thing, it doesn't actually tell me. There is some block climbs, so you have to be 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, and eventually 6,000 at Seaford. So I'm going to set Seaford, and I'm going to let the vertical profile do the rest. There is no ATC, so there's not going to be any climb restrictions per se. so I really wouldn't worry too much about it. But in the event of being unsure, if you're on VATSIM or something like that, then just ask. These charts don't really make it that clear. It just says warning, stepped climb. Due to interaction with other routes, pilots must ensure strict compliance with the specific climb procedures unless cleared by ATC. That's all I have. There is no ATC, so we don't really need to comply with anything else. Right, the APU is on. Great. Transfer everything across. Put all the pumps on now. There is a very small amount of fuel in the centre, so I'm going to keep the centre pumps off for now. And we can set the parking brake. We can then disconnect any external stuff, so get rid of the wheel chocks and everything else. Ditch the jetway, which should be on its way off now. There we go, good. And that's pretty much everything from my point of view done. There we go, it's locking the gear. So we'll stick the anti-collision light on. Everything else looks good. APU is already on, APU bleed is on, packs are off. We're on a tug, so the hydraulics are set in the correct position. I'd say we are good. I would say we are indeed good. Okay, so start the clock and brakes released. Ah, there they go. See, they're connected in. Look at that moon. That looks awesome. Okay, anyway, on the push, we can start engine 2. And 2's online. And 1's online. Looking for about 25%. 2, 3, 4, and fuel in. Might turn that panel lighting down just a touch. I'm going to turn it off when we depart, but for now it can stay on. Wait for the cutout on 2. And we'll start 1. And 2's on. And 1's on. Did I forget to hit traffic? I did, nice. It's 20%. 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. And fuel. Parking brake set. That's an interesting position for the tug to be in. But it's okay. Let's wait for the cutout on number 1. There we go. And do the after start flows. Okay, just wait for that gear to unlock, put the packs back on, put the hydraulics on. Probe heats can come on now. Ignition switches to continuous. Generators. APU can go. Taxi and turn off light can come on. And we want flat 5. Like so. We can actually do a flight control check from the status page. Don't know if you ever remember a video a while back when my aircraft didn't have a status page. And I didn't realise that that actually was a customer option. So there you go. I'm trying to find a place to put my iPad, but it keeps sliding. So there you go, that'll do. I hope. Okay, cool. Okay, so flight control check all the way to the left. And all the way to the right. All the way back. All the way forward. Rudders to the left. And rudders to the right. Up trim 5.14, so set that now. And there we go. Everything else is sorted. I'll turn off the MFD. We don't need it anymore. And Is he moving or can I taxi? I don't think I've got enough wind clearance there. We can try though. Okay, let's taxi. Parking brake released. Taxi out, stick the weather radar on. Nothing in front of us now. Okay, so we're just approaching 8 right from the top side, so Juliet 1 is the holding point that we're apparently heading towards. I need to dim some of this lighting now, so I'm just going to completely turn it off. No, not that one. That one, there we go. And also the floodlight on this one as well. Right, in complete darkness, and we can actually see what we're doing. Okay, auto throttle can come on, and we're just going to roll on and go straight up into the air. No messing around, no waiting around. Everything is set as far as I can see. We'll chime the cabin a couple of times. And we are ready to go. We'll go full length, although we don't need it. We've got a massive amount of margin with our power setting over, well, I think it's like 1,000 or so meters. Turn the TCAS on now. Let's see. And we'll line up from Juliet 1 and get underway. Approach path looks clear and is confirmed on the TCAS. There is traffic on the runway, or is that someone taxiing towards Juliet 1? Weird. I don't know. Let's have a look. Is it that guy? Yeah, there you go. There's a guy there, just behind us, the Thompson. I hope this night lighting is good. I'm actually kind of excited. You can see it just here in front of us, but whether it translates to anything worthwhile, we'll soon see. Okay, so entering the active runway, all the lights can come on, and strobe lights to on. That was not the middle. Okay, there we go, that's the middle. Sweet. Alright, 40%. Start the clock. And there goes Toga. .7% and 1 we are looking for. Speed is live and power is set. There's 80 knots. Rotate.
Rotate V2.
Plus right climb and gear up. Extremely calm day. So look at the lights. Ooh, very nice. Select LNAV. Profile to follow. Check out the right wing. Looks pretty cool. That lighting is pretty awesome actually, fair enough. Probably should watch where I'm flying here as opposed to looking out the window. Okay, so VNAV, speed intervene. We'll stick it to flap 1. And nose forward a little bit. Start to increase speed as we fly the right hand turn. Flaps can come to 1 now. Pretty awesome view. Flaps 1 set. 3,000 feet. There we go. Bring the speed into being off. Let it do its own thing. Flaps can come up. Order brake off. Gear lever off. Rolling out. Very good. Okay, let's set cruise now of 370, was it? 370 initially. Altitude intervene span. We'll take a look at pilot now. All is good. Set transition, sorry, set standard passing transition. All thereabouts. Have a look over the right hand side of the aircraft, see if the lights are kicking in, which they should be. They really do look quite something. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. That's a thumbnail if I ever saw one. That looks superb. That looks absolutely insane. Very good. Look at the heading. There we go. 60 now. Nothing in the way of weather. Sunrise is apparent. And there we have it. In the climb to Ibiza. I'm going to turn the landing lights off early. Everything else can go off. Cabin crew can commence their services. Ibiza, here we come. Okay, so we're just in the cruise at 390, and you can see the ND here. Got a small while until we start a descent, but I haven't got anything programmed in yet, so I guess now is as good of a time to do it as any. Okay, so runway 24 down on the ground at Ibiza. Wind is pretty much dead, so the preferred runway is 24. We're coming in through a place called Corda, and so we'll program that. So arrival, ILS runway 24, and it's this one. It's CO2 DCN, which is that one, and we're in from Davies. We didn't set that, and that gives us 186 miles to run, 20 until top of descent, so we'll be able to do that shortly. Anything else we need to do? Landing gross weight is 63 tons, so we'll stick that in, and we'll be using flap 30. So that's 109.5, 242, so we'll set that. 109.5, like so. Do it on both sides. You don't need to do any sort of crazy category ILS, it's just thundering, but it's not bad visibility, so it's okay. And 242 is the course. 242, and we'll stick it on the other side as well. 242. There we go. Order brake 2, and that will be with idle reverse. I'll set up the minimum shortly. It's gotten daylight now. The joys of well, 2-hour flights. Took off at 6 a.m. UK time, and now it's what, 7:14, 8:14, 9:14 in Spain. So it's well on the way to being mid-morning for them. So I actually didn't take that into consideration when I planned this flight. I was hoping we'd be able to see the night lights all the way into Ibiza. So my bad. Oh well, you saw them out of the UK, and that's all that matters. I just got beeped by something, so that was interesting. Anyway, everything's ready to go. It's just a standard descent down towards the ILS. It's 240 by Corda, and then 4,000 or above at Davies, even if I could pronounce it, would be nice. So what I'll do is I'll reset 240. Actually, you know what? I'll just reset 4K, and we can go all the way down to 4,000. And yeah, as the saying goes, what goes up must come down. Time to sit down. Right, so we're just passing 80 now for 4,000. In flight level change mode at the moment because VNAV lost itself due to some pretty interesting formation of weather. Okay, so seatbelts are on, everything else is on. Fixed landing lights are on for the moment, and the turn-offs. Water brake set. We may need a bit of drag in about 5 or 10 miles. It's got a decel point there in front of us, so we'll just see what happens. Fingers crossed it'll be okay. In fact, I'm going to bug a flap up speed now and employ a little bit of speed brake just to help us on the way. See the weather radar there. We're going to kind of go through the worst of it. Sorry, we're going to pass the worst of it even, just off to the kind of south-ish, hopefully. I mean, if I increase the display distance there, you can see when it redraws it, he says. There we go. It's, yeah, right on the approach path, so we'll pass it to the south initially, but then the approach will be pretty bumpy, which is the joys of flying in this part of the world. Seems to always be bad weather when I fly to here. Palma's the same. It's either really windy or really stormy. Or really misty. Pretty interesting. Okay, so everything else looks okay. Belts. Tell the cabin crew to sit down because essentially it's going to get bumpy. There's no point in them being stood up. Bit of a tailwind. Range to go is 27 miles, which is perfectly fine. ILS has captured the DME now, so it's 25 or 26 to go, which is pretty much where we need to be. Increase or decrease the range of the ND. I mean, what I could do is I could swing it out to the left here and avoid that cloud, and then pick up the localizer. I'm just going to see where if I can kind of go this way like that and miss that bit of cloud. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll fly on the edge of that cloud as opposed to right through it. Set the pressure, it's 1020. Come left a little bit more, I think. I mean, we're not going to be able to avoid everything, but we can avoid the majority of it because it's that big thing there. This here we want to get rid of. Maybe even further left, 115. We are good on the glide, so I'm going to go into vertical speed and just ease that off for us. Everything is looking okay. We can intercept the glide, sorry, the localizer on this heading if we need to. Yeah, we're still going to clip that, so yeah, there's very little I can do here. I'll just let it intercept the glide. Okay, flat 1 for the moment. Let's just stabilize this speed out. It's getting a bit weird. Book that, so 189. There we go. This weather is insane. Oh, and now it's raining. Great. Missed approach is 4K, so that's okay. We can leave that there. So there's the localizer. We'll bug heading 242 and we'll take flat 5, bring that bug down to 170. And approach mode. There's the glide. Perfect. Use a bit more speed brake, I think, all the way out. I tried to ease off using that, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. That weather is insane. I'm going to use an abnormal configuration of flap here. I'm going to use flap 10. It's not normally something I do, but given the circumstances, I need to trade that off a little bit. So flap 10 is deployed and is set. Whoa! Look at the wing. It's getting... Oh, wow! Let's see if it'll do it again. Doesn't look like it. Oh yeah, it was just behind us. I switched the view then. Nice. Okay, so 12 to go. I'm happy with this flap setting for now. We don't need to drop the gear just yet. I'm just going to stick everything on, including the ignition switches, logo light, etc. All the landing lights, so I don't have to worry about that. Lighten the workload. Just get on with actually physically landing the plane. The auto throttle in this sort of condition never does a very good job. Just got to watch out. I mean, I could take the auto... In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the auto throttle manually. There we go. Right, 10 to go. I'm going to drop the gear now, give us a bit more drag. And with that, once the gear's down and we've got 3 greens, we'll go flat 15. Minimums is 330, which is okay. That lightning though. Okay, cool. We'll go flat 15. Just about. On the margin of flat 15, but we can get away with it. Landing speed is 146. I'm going to add 10 to that. Oh, actually, it's a 10 knot tailwind. You know what? I'm going to change it up here a bit. We're going to use full flap. 139. .144. And then bring the flaps down on schedule. Okay, full flap now. You can see the runway. Missed approach altitude is set. And we'll take out the automatics. Speed brake armed. Good stuff. Okay, my aircraft. Not sure where this tailwind's come from. Oh well, we'll deal with it. Watch it swing all the way around as I come over the threshold and just completely obliterate me. I have a feeling that will happen. 1,000 feet to go. Still pretty stable, 144, so need a bit more power. Three and a half miles to go. Slightly low. Correct that.
Approaching minimums.
Sped up. The landing. And we're down. Reverse a green. Decel. Not their best terminology. Whoops. 100, 90, 80. Manual brakes. 70. 60. Just other reverses. welcome to a very, very, very wet, sort of tropical thunder region called Ibiza. We'll vacate here. And we'll clean up. Go to the parallel taxiway first. I'll do all the lights and the APU and everything else. Okay, taxi, lights on, strobes off, transponder off, and clocks. There we go. Look at that storm cell. It's pretty impressive. I don't know where they would park here. That's crazy. Yeah. I wonder if Thompson would actually not cheap out and use an air bridge or an air gate. I think they probably would. But who knew? Ibiza's usually warm and sunny, and you know, everyone thinks of the beach, the sea and the sand and the sun, and you get here and you see this. That is the weather is actually better back in Gatwick. Just stay on the plane and let it fly you back. Aeropuerto Ibiza, or Ibiza, or however they say it. Ibiza. Take this stand here. It's a safe dock thing. Stop. Very good. Parking brake set. And of course, I didn't turn the APU on, did I? Very good. I'll just turn the lights off for now and just wait for that APU to come online. Silly me. I wonder if they fixed the jetways. No, they didn't. You still can't use the jetways unless the oh wait, hang on, maybe because my engines are still running I need to check that once the APU is online. I mean, I could connect ground power, but that would be slightly unrealistic. Just have to wait for it to spool up. It's never done anyway. It's on its way back down. Okay. And there we go. Oh, there's an EasyJet in the background. Let's get GSX to deboarders. It's a shame that bridge doesn't work, but whatever. Oh well, there we go. What's that EasyJet doing? Turning around over there. Welcome to Ibiza. Interesting set of events. Interesting flight. Oh, there's a Thompson just landed on the other runway. I should have probably taken 06 to be honest, because that tailwind was a bit of a bitch. But oh well, there we go. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. I know I've already done an Ibiza flight, but what's another in the bag going to do any harm to anyone? It's not really, is it? So there we go. No way of getting off the plane, so you'll just have to stay on it. But that's that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you're all well, and as always, I shall see you next time. Bye bye!